Alright, Bobalosrex here, and it's back to more hero talents. It is kind of replacing a couple of videos this week, so if you were looking forward to those, this is just giving me a little bit more free time to work on some other stuff. But I do have some more lore. I have the one lore series, and I do have some more lore stuff I want to talk about, especially with the new patch and transmog stuff. I do have some plans for that. But let's get into the hero talents. Spellslinger Mage. Let's get to it. Arcane and Frost. So these were an easy guess. We've seen Frostfire. Have we seen Sunfury? Is Mage done now? I know we saw Frostfire. I don't think we've seen Sunfury. Spellslinger Mages are prodigies of spellcasting that have learned to splinter their sorceries, creating powerful and volatile new effects. Spellslingers can conjure and manipulate these splinters with prowess, allowing them to devastate the battlefield with rapid barrages of razor-sharp crystals. Alright. Here, let me make sure. There we go. The levels are balanced. Okay. Spellslinger splinters are themed and tuned based on your active specialization. Arcane splinters are named Arcane Splinters and deal moderate arcane school damage. Frost's splinters are named Frost Splinters and deal light frost school damage. Those specifics have been omitted from this mock-up for the sake of tooltip readability, as both spec splinters serve the same purpose. Interesting. Interesting. So my Arcane will have a choice between this and Sunfury, whatever that is. That's my main, is Arcane. My main mage. That is, not my main. Alright. Splintering Sorcery. Arcane. When you consume Nether Precision, conjure a splinter that fires at your target. Alright. Frost. When you consume Winter's Chill, conjure a splinter that fires at your target. Splinter. Conjure raw magic into a sharp projectile that deals damage. Splinter embeds themselves into the target, dealing additional damage over 16 seconds. This effect stacks. Alright, so you're just given things that splinters. Alright. You're literally just... So you either got Arcane Splint... Oh my god. You're just like a tree mage. That's what it should be themed. You know those frickin' the arcane tree and like frickin' Nexus. That's what I'm like thinking about. Splinters. Augury abounds. Arcane. Casting Arcane Surge. Conjure. I'm not a big mage, so a lot of this may just be like over my head here. Casting Arcane Surge conjures 8 splinters during... But Frostfire sounded cool. I'll give you that. Frostfire is freaking cool. Conjures 8 splinters. Hey, what's up? During Arcane Surge, whenever you conjure a splinter, you have a 100% chance to conjure an additional splinter. Looks like you're going to have a lot of effects around you, too. So for Arcane, you're going to have these animated splinters, which could look cool. We'll have to see. I think it'll look cooler for Frost than Arcane. Frost. Casting Icy Veins conjures 8 splinters. Yeah, so they'll all appear around you. That could look cool. During Icy Veins, whenever you conjure a splinter, you have a 100% chance to conjure an additional splinter. Alright. More splinters. You just want to stack these splinters up. You're a mage that's just shooting splinters into the finger crevices. Like, take this, Waya! And they're like, ah! Controlled Instincts, Arcane. While a target is under the effects of Nether Tempest, 20% of the directed damage dealt by a splinter is also dealt to nearby enemies. Oh my god, Splinter Ray AoE! Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. Direct damage from arcane splinters resets the duration of Nether Tempest. Oh, so you can keep that going. Interesting. You can keep that going. Frost. While a target is under the effects of Winter's Chill, 20% of the direct damage dealt by a splinter is also dealt to nearby enemies. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. But Frost can't. Interesting. Frost can do this part the same, but this is different. Probably because Frost can keep that up easier, now that I think about it. Alright, Splintering Orbs. The first 8 times an enemy is damaged by your arcane orb. The first 8 times. So 9 times. The 9th time it's like, no. No splinter. Alright. An enemy is damaged by your arcane orb. Conjure a splinter that fires at the damaged target. Arcane orb damage is increased by 10%. Alright, just increases your orb damage, and then for the first 8, on a target, on a boss, they give you a splinter. Okay. The first 8 times an enemy is damaged by a frost orb, conjure a splinter that fires at the damaged target. Frost orb damage increased by 10%. Alright, simple, easy. There you go. Choice node. Slippery Slinging. You have a 40% chance, or 40% increased movement speed during altered time. Are you gonna use it as a speed boost now? I mean, maybe for me, I don't know. Then you got Look Again. Displacement has a 50% longer duration, 25% longer range, and leaves behind a mirror image. Is that the arcane blink? Does dip better? Or is that the recall? This just feels like a good, like, you get a sprint with your alter time if you don't even use it for the main thing. Alright, choice node here. Reactive Barrier. Your Prismatic Barrier, Arcane Ice Barrier Frost can absorb up to 50% more damage based on your missing health. Max effectiveness when under 50% health. Alright. Simple. Bigger shield depending on your health. Phantasmal Image. Your mirror images summon 1 extra clone. Mirror images now reduce all damage taken by an additional 5%. That just feels better. I like that. Yes, I'll pick that. Don't mind if I do. More me's. You summon 5. So there'll be 6 of you. Like, who am I? I'm the one actually moving, unlike the others that staying around. Alright, another choice. Volatile Magic. Whenever a splinter is removed or recalled, it explodes, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets. Alright. Or Unerring Proficiency. Arcane. Each time you conjure a splinter, increase the damage of your next supernova by 18%. Stacks up to 30 times. Okay, so you'd want to stack 30 splinters, then use your supernova. And then for Frost, each time you conjure a splinter, increase the damage of your next ice nova by 6%. Stacks up to 30 times. Okay, so that's not a normal one. You wouldn't normally ice nova. Okay, so I wonder how much you use supernova, but when you get the 30 stack, it's like, oh, time to drop this. Alright. Alright. I don't know which would be better. I just wonder how these splinters are gonna look. Shifting Shards. Shifting Power fires a barrage of 8 splinters at random enemies within 40 yards over its duration. Spellfrost Teachings. Arcane. Direct damage from a splinter has a 5% chance to summon an Arcane Echo. that deals damage to all nearby enemies and increases the damage enemies take from you by 6% for 6 seconds. Alright, direct damage from a splinter has 5% chance to summon an icy comet that deals damage to all nearby enemies, increases the damage enemies take from you for 6 seconds. Okay, so it's just a big explosion. Okay, that's cool. Just more splinter damage. Okay, this is really big. Gain 2% increased critical strike chance. Gain 5% increased critical strike damage. So innovative. So wild and crazy. What a talent. They need to do... Okay, they need to add something that's like... has a glowing thing over your head and then add this, or this is just feels bad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying here. This should add a look. This is so boring. It should give us some kind of look thing. It's got to look. This has got to give you a look. Something. Warriors are getting big. Make you glow purple or something. Alright, let's see Splinter Storm. Whenever you have... I think Frostfire is good. Too. But Riders of the Apocalypse is like peak. I don't think everything could be that good. I don't think everything can be Riders of Apocalypse level. I'm not going to be that silly. But that's what it should be shooting for. We need... Like, a talent like this should make your character look different or something. Right? Like, the warrior talent that was boring like this made you big. I was saying that yesterday for the Druid of the Claw. It should make you bigger. The Demon Hunter was... I gotta see what the glaives look like, but I'm not a glaive Demon Hunter. I don't know if there's a lot of glaive Demon Hunters that may like it, but I'm not a glaive one. Let me finish this one real quick. Splinter Storm. Whenever you have 8 or more active embedded splinters, you automatically cast a Splinter Storm at your target. Splinter Storm, recall. Okay, so you pull them back? Recall all embedded splinters. Okay, so you get it to 8 and then you recall them. Dealing the remaining periodic damage instantly. Okay. So it's like a shatter. After a brief delay, unleash a devastating barrage of splinters, dealing damage to your target for each splinter in the Splinter Storm. Splinter Storm grants you cure casting. Splinter Storm applies Winter Chill to it. Okay. This would have to look cool. This just sounds like a big damage finisher. Okay, and you don't even have to cast it. It's automatically cast. That's good, because that helps spell bloat. Okay, and then it pops. Alright. They really need to work on the look. If this one can look good, you know, I can see it. I mean, it's competing with Frostfire for Frost. And Frostfire looks like you can do stuff that makes it look cool. And then we'll have to see what Sun Fury is. If this has a lot of effects around your mage, it could be good. I want to see, like, the rune words or, like, stuff pop out. You know what I'm talking about? Like the arcane runes. Alright, so that's Spellslinger. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next